Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. Today I've got the full Gorod Krovi Easter egg tutorial for you guys today. This is going to be the full thing in its entirety. It's going to go in detail, in depth, and everything. And I've worked very, very hard on this. So, guys, before we get into this, let's see if we can hit 100 likes on this video. That'd be absolutely amazing, guys. We see if we can hit 100. I put a lot of time into making this for you guys as well as I possibly could. So I hope you guys do enjoy this anyway. But basically, this tutorial is just making sure that you know how to do the basics of the map. Basically, you know how to get the dragon, and you know how to get the dragon egg or the flamethrower. Other than that, this is going to break down literally everything you need to know. And without further ado, let's go and jump right into this tutorial. So the first thing you're going to need to do is get your trophies. You're going to need 6 trophies, and one of them is going to be all the way up here. Now, you see this statue on the right, the little kid? He's going to have a statue in his hand. He's going to have a little trophy. All you got to do is shoot that with any kind of gun. It's going to fall down here. It's going to hit this concrete. All you have to do is go over there and just pick it up, and then you can move on to your next trophy. Now, this one's going to be over here by the tank station. All you got to do is come over here with your zombie shield, and there's going to be an open window. Just hit your fire at it, just kind of shoot it, and then your trophy is going to fall out right there on the ground. Go ahead and pick that up, and then you can move over to your next one. Now, for this next one, you're actually going to have to send somebody down into the sewer from the hatchery. Somebody's going to go down to the sewer. There's going to be a light on top of the sewer. You just want to spray at it with an automatic weapon. You're going to hear a click, and then at the top of the hatchery, there's going to be this toilet over here that's going to have the trophy pop up in it. All you got to do is hit that hatchery. All you got to do is hit that light, and then this trophy will pop up in there. That is your next trophy. Now, the next one, you got to have your dragon strikes for this. This is you after you do the lockdown. You got to put your dragon strikes right down here on this puddle, right outside the library or the supply depot, rather. And the dragon strike is going to come down on it, and basically what's going to happen is your trophy is just going to pop up. You can go over and grab it, and then that's going to be your next trophy. Easy and simple. Keep it going. Now, your next trophy is going to be, actually, you have to go and run a trap for it. So this is going to be in the supply depot or the library. I might call it either or, but what we have to do is run the laser. Now, you want to stay out of this laser beam. You can stay inside it, or you can stand in it if you're having your zombie shield out. That's the way it works. But just as a general rule of thumb, you want to stay out of it. Now, it's going to open up a hole in the ground, and you can go pick it up out of that little metal box, and that's your 5th trophy. Now, your final one, you're going to have your dragon. Like I said, guys, if you don't know how to get the dragon, I do have a full tutorial for that, but you're going to want to punch the safe from Der Eisendruck, and then there's going to be a trophy inside of that, and then that is all your trophies. Then you can go ahead and then move on to the next step. Now, this is the valve step. This is the one that's going to confuse a lot of you, but I'm going to go ahead and break everything down. This might take some trial and error, but basically, there are going to be valves around the map. I'm going to show you each one. This is the one in the department store, okay? And then this is going to be the one over here in the infirmary. Right now, I just want you guys to kind of get this in your mind. And you don't have to do anything just yet. Just kind of get familiar with these. Now, there's a blue pipe in there. There's like this blue tube. You see the thing inside there? That's going to be important later on, but it's not going to be there every time. It can be in either single one of these valves, any one around the map, so just kind of keep that in mind for now. This one is over here by the tank station. It's right over here in the corner, right by all this debris. It's very, very easy to see. Right now, I just kind of want you guys to get familiar with these and know where all locations are. There's going to be one over here by the power or by the blue dragon, whatever your team wants to call it. It's over here on the wall, and it's pretty easy to find. Now, the next one's going to be over here by the armory. Now, you can call it armory bridge, whatever you want to refer to it as, but it's over here in this corner behind these boxes. Now, this one, I'm just trying to give you guys a good look at it, but the valve is right over here. It's kind of hidden. Now, the other one, the last one is over here in the library or the supply depot, and is up against this wooden wall. So that is all the valves. Now, the way you actually do this is you need to send somebody down to the basement of the hatchery, and you need to kill a Valkyrie down here. What that's going to do is power up the generator. There's going to be a switch to the right of the incubator, and once you hit that, it will turn on the valves over on the map. So when those valves are on, you need to take note of which one has the purple tube and then which one turned green. So I actually have a code of every single, or I have the key of every single possible combination of what this can be. So let's say tank factory is the green light, and then infirmary is the purple tube, like in the game that we had here. So basically, what you do is look at this key, right? The key for this is G is green, and then the T is tube. So let's say, right, the dragon command, or I mean the tank factory is green, and then the infirmary is purple tube. What you do is match up tube, and that's infirmary, and then the tank is green, right? You just look at this key, match those up, and then get the corresponding other valves around the map. Just make sure you go and flip those to the right numbers. That's all you have to do. You need to make sure the other ones really don't matter. The one that has the purple tube literally does not matter what number it's on, so just kind of take note of which one is it. As you can see in this gameplay, we found the green one right here, so we know not to change that one. So we just go and move on to the next one, and then we're going to go change all the other ones in the map. So over here, we're going to go change the department store one over, and then what you want to do is literally go to every single one that's in your code, right? It's going to accept the ones that are tube and green. The one that has a purple tube, you don't need to mess with, and green, you don't need to mess with either. You need to go every single other one, just match it to whatever number it tells you on the code. It's literally that simple. Like I said, guys, might take you a couple tries. If you mess it up a little bit, it's fine. Just you can play around with it. You can just save zombie, play around with it until you actually get it. But as soon as you get that, assuming you do this valve step right, like I said, don't stress out on it. But assuming you do it 100% correctly, the purple tube is going to drop out of whatever one had it. So you're going to be able to grab it, and then you need to take it over to Sophia. Now you're going to put it into this cylinder-looking thing. It's going to flip over, and it's going to reveal a kind of like a scrambled letter code. And you're going to type in the word Kronos into it. That's Kronos. Now, I've seen people spell it wrong and then try to hit it, and then you try to accept the password, and it will not let you. So assuming you got it spelled right, just kind of spell Kronos. It's very, very simple. Just double check what you got and make sure you have it correctly, and then you'll be able to hold square on it and make Sophia accept the password. Now, once you do that right, once she accepts it, your screen will flash white, and that's when you can begin the actual Easter egg step. So what you want to do from here is actually, this is where you want to have your trophies. This is where all the trophy stuff comes into play. You're going to want to be placing them on this table. So once you have the, the password typed in, head over to the computer with all your buddies, put all the trophies on the table, assuming you have them all already, and then you can go ahead and start your challenges. Now, the way you start your challenges, you actually hold square on the screen. Now, this white flash is going to come up, and it's going to pick a random challenge. So you need to be looking out for which one. Now, this one right here is actually the Groff module. So it's pretty much just like how you do it in the beginning of the game when a Groff module drops, except it's in different locations, right? It's not going to actually be in the map. You need to go to one of the dragon commands. I recommend you spread your teammates out to each one and see which one it's at. And then Undead Man Walking, the Gobblegum, is very, very important for this. It slows the zombies down so much, and you can hold it down. You need like some explosive or anything to hold it down. Send a dragon out to go grab the piece out of it, and you're good to go. Now, the next challenge you're going to want to do is just go ahead and actually, as soon as you can complete it, you can actually start the next challenge on that exact same round. So go ahead and start the next challenge, and the one that we got here was actually the Gersh challenge. So this one's kind of tricky. You need to really communicate on this one. This is probably, besides the bomb step, which we will get to, this is probably the one that requires the most communication. Now, there's going to be a yellow floating orb just kind of flying around the map, and you need to locate it somewhere. You will be able to hear it. It just kind of makes like a whimsical noise. I don't even know what to call it, but basically it's going to fly around when you're shooting. Even when it stops, your whole team needs to load it up with pack-a-punch guns. Now, the things that work really good on this are, of course, snipers like the Drakon or the Locust. Also, the Rhaegar Mark III works wonders on this if you can hit it with the left and right. It's very, very good. As you can see, it just kind of flies around. You can go through walls and go anywhere. You need to be communicating where it's going at all times. You need to know where it's been and where it's headed. It's going to stop eventually at some point, and it's going to let you load it up. Hopefully, yours doesn't bounce around too much, but as soon as you put enough damage into it, it's not like a timed thing or anything. You really have to put a ton of damage into it, but as soon as it's done, it's going to fly over here to power. It's going to be sitting here right in the middle. All you got to do is hit it with one bullet. It doesn't really matter. Then it's going to go ahead and give you that white flash. It's going to fly over to Sophia's teleporter, and then she's going to take Gersh, and then up in the thing, you'll get a quote from Gersh and Sophia, have a short conversation. That's how you know you did it right, and then you're good to move on to your next challenge. So once you move on to your next challenge, this is actually going to be a very, very tricky one. This one is the bomb step. This one requires the most communication and is the most difficult. Now, it's going to flash by once. You see, we did the quick flash by. That is actually the false one. You need to go for the slower one, the order that it's in. Now, here's all the bomb locations. This is the supply depot right here. This one over here is the armory right by the Wonder Fizz. This one's over here by the Dragon Command or the Power. This one's over here by the tank station. This one is over here in the infirmary, and then the last one is over here by the spawn in the department store. So that is all the bomb locations. You want to hit them in order. Just kind of have one person call them out. Then you can move on to your next step, assuming you got that done. Your next challenge is going to be an escort challenge for a green-eyed mangler. You got to escort the green-eyed Russian mangler. What's going to happen is he's going to appear by somebody. Now, this is very, very tricky, but he's going to be targeting one person on your team. You need to find out who that is. As soon as you figure out who he's going after and who he wants, you need to put that person in front of the group, and you're going to need to escort him just like you did Gersh. You're going to need to escort him right to Sophia's teleporter. So I recommend whoever he's going after get in front, and then everybody else cover the back with their flamethrowers, and then some person get in the corner when he's close, so you can throw a monkey over there. Also, don't throw monkeys because he will go after it until you're at the very end. You can throw a monkey by the teleporter to get him in. Once he's in the teleporter, you're good to go. Now, the gameplay switched up right here because it could not record us in theater mode, so I had to go back and get stream gameplay. But basically, this is going to be a Valkyrie escort. Pretty much the exact same concept as the one green-eyed Russian mangler escort. It's just a little bit different. This time, he doesn't actually fight you, so it's kind of easier, but he moves a lot slower, and you have to be a lot closer to him. So I recommend 2 people push the back and then 2 people watch the front. Undead Man Walking is always very, very clutch for these challenges. You pretty much need it at all costs. It helps just tremendously. So I recommend everybody on your team. That's one tip just for this entire Easter egg. I recommend everybody on your team run Undead Man Walking. So once that's done, you can bring him to Sophia. You're good to go. Now, the last challenge is always going to be the lockdown. This is basically like what you did at the beginning when you're trying to get the Dragon Strike. But we have to do, before you start this, you start the challenge, then you go over to Sophia. She's going to give you a key card. Now, everybody needs to go to the computer at the bottom of the hatchery or at the second floor, mind you, on the Pack-a-Punch. Everybody's going to hold square on it. It's going to start this download progress, right? All you had to do, it's just like the lockdown from the Dragon Strike thing, just a little bit more intense. And once you're all done with that, once the download is complete, you're allowed to take the keycard out of the computer, go ahead and give it back to Sophia, and then she's going to give you the power core. Now, what you have to do with this is you have to take this over to Nikolai in the spawn. You just go ahead and throw your little dragon out there. It's going to take it to Nikolai. And then you come back to Sophia. Once you hit square on Sophia again after you visit Nikolai, she's going to move back, and then you have the sewer thing right here. Everybody's going to stand on it. And before this, get ready for the boss fight, because this is what it is, guys. It's right here. So once you stand on the sewer and you come through it, this is going to be the boss fight area. Now you actually have some time to kind of get used to the layout around here. You don't have to start it right away. You can kind of get your feel for it and develop your strategy before you end the round. But whenever you want to start it, there's going to be a green button in the middle. And once you hit that green button, the laser is going to come out of the robot and hit Nikolai. He's going to come out, and you have to fight a dragon for the first 3 sequences. It's pretty simple. Nikolai's actually going to help you with that. You just need to load up his weak points. They're going to be bright red. You guys can load those up. Now we actually have to fight Nikolai. I recommend somebody gets an L4 siege and goes up top where I am right now. So it means you go up top and just load him up. You literally get so many easy shots on him. You take him down super quickly. Now once those 2 power cores are down, you're going to have to hit the middle of his face. Now this is the tricky part, because this is where Nikolai goes hard. You're going to probably need to get on the ground from here if you need to support your teammates, but I recommend everybody also have shadow claws as well to revive each other just in case they go down. But what you're going to have to do is just pretty much load him up with your sieges. As soon as he launches raps and all that sort of stuff, you'll get hit markers on his face, and then if you do all this stuff correctly, you should be able to beat it and get the cutscene. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. The boss fight, I recommend you practice it maybe once or twice before you actually go for a real run on it, because our first run, it was not well. I mean, you had to it was a learning experience. You really do got to learn about it, but you will get it eventually, I do promise. And like I said, if you run these strategies, you use L4 sieges and shadow claws, you guys will be picking each other up. Also, aftertaste is clutch. Everybody is required to take aftertaste to the boss fight. I literally don't let any teammates take it without it. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. That is the entire Gorod Krovi Easter egg tutorial. That's as simple as I could make it. I don't want to make it overly complex for you guys, but I want to make it detailed enough so you guys could actually understand it and get this done. So if you guys did enjoy this, make sure you do leave a like. I really would appreciate it. Let's go for 100 likes, like I said, guys. That'd be absolutely amazing. I did work a long time on this video, so let's see if I can get some support on this. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching the video again, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.